Whoever said Germans avoid cliffhangers? We spent the morning with 3 young first-time voters. Anastasia, studying journalism. Florian, a mathematician. And Felix, a student of photography. Their hobby is climbing up sheer rock faces with their bare hands and mostly without helmets. And they, like 14 million other young Germans, have something else in common. They've only known one leader, the woman known by many as Mutti or Mummy, because of the way that she's mothered Germany.
Okay, first of all, I wouldn't call her Mutti. To me, it's just Angela Merkel. I would say she did study politics, but it's not a lot about developing Germany in a better country. So I'm kind of glad that we will get somebody else. Otherwise, I'm not that happy with the people we will be getting. So
will you miss her?
No, I won't miss her.
She was always really steady and she was really calm and collected all the time, but I think she missed some really good points to make good politics.
She's like the only chancellor that I know. I don't even remember like the person that was before her, so she's like always been there and I'll like kind of miss her.
A lot of people are old, they like to vote for the CDU and for Merkel, and they just care about their job but not about the future. So I think the younger generation, they want somebody who cares about climate change and things like that.
If we like the first country in Europe that's like led by green politician, that could be like a good example for other states or other like societies to look at it and say, oh, we also want something like that.
Germany is gripped by another identity crisis between the car and washing machine generation that craves continuity and this lot who felt the need for change during the pandemic. Is Germany super efficient, the envy of the world when it comes to digital and infrastructure or not?
Oof. Digital and infrastructure is difficult because we are not super efficient. We could be more efficient compared to Japan. Infrastructure there's way better, I think, in the rural areas. Also, our internet is bad compared to every other EU country next to us. Even those that you would consider second or third world, they are better in internet.
Also with Corona, it was always about like super old people and like we need to protect the old people. But no one was like looking at the people that go to school or students that like learned inside their like small rooms for the last 2 years.
With the dodgy internet.
Yeah, or no internet. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that would be great in Germany that's like more efficient because I know they can do it. We have the resource to be more efficient.
Do you think that any of these issues that you've addressed just now will be solved by this election?
No.
Certainly not.
Definitely not.
That's really positive. Precisely the attitude that this man is up against. No, not Ludwig van Beethoven, who was born in Bonn, but Olaf Scholz, Germany's finance minister for the last 4 years, in the country's increasingly awkward grand coalition between centre-left and centre-right. Imagine Tories and Labour running one government. For older Germans, unlike our climbers, the election comes down to one question: who can best impersonate Angela Merkel? According to the polls, it is Scholz from Merkel's rival party, the Social Democrat SPD. He exudes unflappability and experience, but not charisma. You represent continuity and competence in your campaign, but you might have to govern with some pretty radical parties, right? The Greens, the Linke. How will you square that circle without disappointing your voters?
This is an election where the people will decide who will be the next chancellor, and those who vote for the Social Democratic Party will get what they want: a pragmatic chancellor with a good view on the future of Germany and how we can develop the European Union so that we will have a sovereign European Union. And it will be a political strategy that is successful for a country that needs to work on more recognition and respect for the people, to work on the question of industrial modernization and on the question how we can tackle the problems of climate change.
Can you still rely on the United States?
Die Menschen, die übermorgen auf die Straße gehen.
A heckler tries to put him off his game, but he soldiers on, almost pressing the flesh and taking some socially distant selfies. His big appeal is continuity, isn't it? He's the male version of Angela Merkel.
I don't think that he's the male version of Angela Merkel. I think he also have a, he do politics in a real calm way and really think about the things, and this is important.
The other man trying to impersonate Angela Merkel is her party's chosen successor, Armin Laschet, mild-mannered and moderate, but he's had a terrible campaign. Caught on camera laughing during a visit to the flood zone in the summer, he's seen as too glib to steer Germany through uncertain times. His mentor tried to give him one last boost tonight at an election rally here in Munich. The message from the stage, stick with what you know. But most Germans only really know Angela Merkel, and she's off.
Beide stimmen CDU oder CSU.
Don't be fooled by the show of unity in the once mighty Christian Democrats. The knives are out on the glockenspiel of politics. Less Oktoberfest, more Ides of March.